I'm from Mongolia. So 13 years ago, I came back to Mongolia after having lived in Europe, and I did my master's in renewable energy management, public policy in the States. So I came back to work for Mongolia's largest renewable energy project. And after coming back, because the environment is very different, the climate is very different, it's very extreme here. I started having allergy and eczema for the first time in my life. So I was talking to doctors and they were advising me try to use mild natural skincare products, which at that time, which is now around 12 years ago, I could not really find. So I started becoming very passionate about it just for my own sake. So I tried to create a solution to my own problem. And one day I was asking my parents, who were living in Germany at that time, to send me organic products. And they one time sent me sea buckthorn facial cream from Germany, which was kind of funny because Mongolia has sea buckthorn all over the country. It grows everywhere. We use it on a daily basis, especially in the winter because it's just such an amazing immune booster. It's considered the king of the fruits because it has more vitamin C than lemon and orange together. And that was kind of the starting point of me asking myself and kind of the country why nobody has ever done organic skincare when we live in such an amazing country that has such vast natural resources in the most purest and organic form. So I literally changed my whole profession, became an organic skincare formulator, and just started to do products for myself at home in my kitchen. So 11 years ago, I was in my kitchen making products for myself. And when I was making products with Mongolian ingredients for myself, it worked and I really loved my product. So I gave it out to friends and family, and they really loved it as well. They were quite intrigued because at that time they were asking me why I'm doing such random things when I graduated from a big school and worked for a big project. So I think everybody was really intrigued. And when I was at that time asking business people about what they think about me creating organic skincare, everybody was actually kind of against it. They're like, that's not a business, that you should just pursue it as a hobby, and that's never going to be successful. And why would you care about organic skincare? So it was way before everybody else was thinking about organic skincare, which I think now, obviously, after 10 years, it was a good starting point because if you do something that people don't think of, you're actually doing something right. Because if everybody else would have thought of it, everybody else would have done it already. I rented out one room just across my house and literally had three people. I was going to start huge. I was so motivated. But then after 12 days, we had robbery. And then the whole office was gone and my computer and everything was gone. So that was a huge setback because obviously, if you can imagine, you start a company with three people and after 12 days, the office is empty. Those three people don't want to work for you anymore. So they left. So I was kind of set back, depressed, disappointed. And everybody was telling me, you see, we told you it's not gonna work out. So it was a crazy kind of moment where I was thinking, okay, should I do it or not? But I kind of knew in my heart that it was not really about only the products. It was about what I wanted to do with the product. So I wanted to create a Mongolian brand globally. I wanted to create, a brand that cares about sustainability. I wanted to create something that makes an impact on society. So the products themselves were kind of the means to the end. So I kind of gathered myself back again in 2015, just started everything by myself in the little production and launched the first product. And because it was Mongolia's first, it was very well kind of taken. Bloomberg came to report about us. And when Bloomberg came to report about us, we were all over the media, Mongolian news, newspaper at that time, everything. And quickly enough, after 2 years, we started our first export. After 2 years, NHK World made a documentary about me. And they were saying how, even as a small brand out of a developing country, you can create change globally. We got awards from Singapore for Best Responsible SME of Asia. And we took part in a competition for entrepreneurship and won in Taiwan. So quickly it became evident that we were doing something which was kind of new and also useful and also impactful to the world. And I think that was kind of the starting point of me believing that it was a good decision to do what I did. And we were exporting to 10 countries. We had 10 distributors. And I think it was amazing because we had 10 female distributors and 10 girls. So everybody in their 20s that wanted to create a business, but that didn't know how, that wanted to create something impactful, but didn't really want to have an NGO. So our business was perfect because all our distributors could do impactful things, but also have a business and, distribute healthy products to people. So it really happened fast during the COVID time. It was, I think, a good time for me to reflect on back to what's the vision, what's our philosophy. It was very clear that we wanted to share through the products a philosophy, which is love yourself, be healthy, love others, be good to others, and love the environment. So we use special Mongolian ingredients such as sea buckthorn native to Mongolia, rose hip. We use fresh yak's milk from the nomads. So I would say that our products are more towards people with sensitive and dry skin, as well as people with eczema and allergies. Mongolia is one of the most purest, untouched ecosystems in the world. Skincare is a very saturated, competitive market. But I think no matter what you do and what industry you are, you have to really understand, first of all, your unique selling point. What makes you unique from others? So what I try to do is I never try really to look at competitors that much because I try to create something that is innovative for us, that is really different according to our unique selling point. And I think it's very important to also know your customer. So if you understand who's your exact specific avatar, meaning your exact specific customer, then you have to really make sure you reach that specific customer in a specific way. So in Mongolia, we stopped like 30 sales points and just concentrated on our four stores. And globally, we wanted to do direct to customer, D2C. So we stopped all distributors. We did a whole rebranding to our packaging, and we now have a warehouse in LA where we ship globally. So we have now our own website, Lhamour.com, where we can reach everybody in the world. And I was just 6 months in the States to kind of understand the US customer because most of our sales comes from the US. And now we're able to really push our products through e-commerce, which I believe is the most amazing way. Social media and e-commerce is the best combination for entrepreneurs to reach anybody in the world. Now we are at a very good point in Mongolia where the company, which now has around 30 people, can work without me. So they're very independent. And I'm now focusing on the international expansion, which is starting from the US, but we are shipping now globally. So definitely, we had a lot of international success. We were on Vogue, we were on Forbes, we were on Harper's Bazaar. When I was in the States just recently, we got invited to 5 podcasts. I was invited to be a speaker in New York. And I realized that, again, even though I'm just like a entrepreneur from a small developing country that not necessarily is known to the world, if you as a company try to really create something sustainable, impactful, that brings change to people's lives in a positive way, it doesn't matter who you are and where you're from. People actually really love that and love that story and love that journey. And if you're consistent with your story and with your message and with your vision, then actually it's possible to go global. So I want to say to everybody who's here, who's an entrepreneur, who's starting up, or who wants to have their business, or who's already working on their business but feels stuck or lonely, or feels things are difficult. I totally understand that, because as an entrepreneur it gets very lonely. But again, because you are doing something new and something innovative, something that people have not done before, that's the path. And once you kind of understand that every challenge is just a lesson to be learned to get to your next level, it gets much easier. And once your vision is clear, it also gets much easier. So now our vision is so clear, and any kind of obstacle that comes along the way, I take it as a lesson that I need to learn in order to go to the next level. So I kind of see it as a game. I always see it as whenever something crazy, difficult, challenging happens, I take it as a game. I have to reach level B and C and D. So once I kind of started doing that, I became actually very, very confident and don't really get stressed out anymore. And I always believe if there's a solution to our problem, why worry? Because just work on the solution. And if there's no solution, why worry either? Just, think of another way. So I must say that the entrepreneurship journey has been very challenging, difficult, but yet rewarding every time we see small successes and just small things like being invited on a podcast, having a customer say, I used your product and it was just amazing. It helped my skin. I think that's what makes it so worthwhile. And even just with your team, I have people that have been with me since day one, that have now been with me for 10 years. And I think that's just even a big success, because you have people that believe in you, that, devote their life to your mission, which is their mission as well. So I think as an entrepreneur, you get so like, it's a mix between you're so down 1 second and after 1 second you're back happy and then again down. So I totally understand how that is, but definitely once in a while just think about, wow, like 1 year before this, where I am right now, this is what I was dreaming of or hoping for.